Can you beat Borderlands 2 while only using grenades? And this will be the final episode. And starting off from last time, as we have just made it to the bunker but without actually fighting him yet. And I'm now praying that he doesn't have the same resistances as constructors. And this will be the deciding factor if I can or cannot win this challenge. And luckily, as I'm now fighting all of the turrets, they go down in one shot with my corrosive fastball. So things are looking quite good. Then came the BNK3R himself, 00101010, and that actually means subscribe in robot language. But then I finally hit the bunker with my first fastballs, and thank God he has little resistance to them. And then I gunzerg and absolutely destroy him with just 5 grenades. He then goes to his death spot, and I have beaten the bunker on the first try while only using grenades. Hold that. He didn't drop shit, so I just headed to the hour-long elevator and it's time to go fight a bunch of different loaders. Yay. Then I arrive at control core angle, and I now have to kill the weird face that shows up on my screen sometimes. Then the idiot explains to me that she is a siren, and that would have been some extremely vital information earlier, but nah. It will be okay, nothing could possibly go wrong, right? We successfully kill Angel, I teabag her corpse because it's funny, Roland gets shot in the back, and Lilith gets kidnapped. So I would say this is an overall success. I also love how my character's just sitting there doing absolutely nothing watching this all happen. I could kill Jack right now, but I just decide not to, I guess. Fuck yeah. Bye Lilith, thanks for teleporting me away. So as I get back to Sanctuary, I turn in the mission and Mordecai doesn't really seem to care. Then I head to the Iridium Blight because I need to get to the Arid Nexus so I can find the location of the warrior. And I try to get to the Arid Nexus, but they put the bridge up, so I now have to go to Sawtooth Cauldron and get some explosives. I have an unbelievable amount of grenades in my pockets, but I guess they won't work. And as I get to the Sawtooth Cauldron, I'm just going to go with a full speed run tactic and hope that I can get through it as quick as I can. And the ambush commanders absolutely tank 2 entire fastballs straight to the body. That is a big problem. Then after dying 6 times, I finally kill the final ambush commander, and it's time to get the hell out of here. But the game doesn't let me buy grenades in time, so I die again. So this time when I spawn, I'm not playing around and I just head straight to Mortar's buzzard. I then quickly destroy his buzzard and I run away, and I didn't die the entire time while doing that, which is kind of a first for me. I get back and Mortar is trying to hang himself. I'm guessing he's just a bit scared of me, but I kill him anyway, and it's time to head to the top of the tower. Also, while I could farm him for the Pandemic Grenade mod, I won't actually need it whatsoever. My current corrosive fastball would be better than it anyway. And a while after getting to the roof, I kill the 5th and final buzzard. Then I go around and mark all of the crates for pickup. And because I'm depressed, I attempt suicide, but it did not work because sadly there's no fall damage in this game. Damn. And after they fix the bridge with bombs, I finally make it to the Arid Nexus Boneyard. And the only thing I have to do in this entire place is spin these wheels. And I died multiple times while doing this, because shields in this game are fucking useless. And the only shield in this game that actually gives you a good amount of shield capacity also gives you the speed of a paraplegic tortoise. Not sure why it's called the Fabled Tortoise, it should just be called Disabled Tortoise. But anyway, now that I've spun all of the circle thingos, I finally make it to the Arid Nexus Badlands. And it's time to see if I can beat Sudden or not. And it turns out that I absolutely have 0 chance right now of beating Sudden. So I decide to just kind of run past him, because you don't actually have to kill him. And while I said I can just run straight past him, that in no way means that it's going to be easy, because it takes me nearly 15 minutes just to get past him for the first time, and thankfully the last time that I needed to. So I grab the map data, which will show me the location of the warrior and Jack himself, along with Lilith as well. And as I turn in that main mission, it is finally time to start the final main mission of the entire game. So I head all the way to the Iridium Blight to meet up with Claptrap so we can get through this final door. And this whole area turned out to be quite easy compared to what I was thinking, mainly just because there's so many ammo crates around the place. Plus I had the extra help of Claptrap hacking those turrets, killing a decent chunk of the enemies that I had to kill. And now that Claptrap opened the door, I take the stairway to hell, or heaven depending on how hard this is going to be. Then I check all the vendors and it has a requirement of level 29 to buy anything there, so that is an immediate red flag. But I decide to go for the speedrun tactic anyway and see if I can just run through everything, and that is a giant no. I can't even get through the first little area getting past 4 enemies just by running past them. This is gonna suck. And if any of you are actually trying this challenge by yourself, work on your fastball aim. These Hyperion infiltrators and all of the invisible dudes are very hard to hit. Even when they're not invisible, they just run around too fast. And they're pretty small, so they were by far the hardest thing for me to kill in this area. Then 10 minutes later, as I'm entering the final area before making it to the Vault of the Warrior, I have obviously got to go and kill this super badass loader, but if I die, then it ruins the whole run. Because if I don't kill that super badass loader before it kills me, that constructor will get put to the end and I'll never be able to kill it. I'll just have to run past it and it's going to take forever. And sadly that's exactly what happens, and now I will have to clear out this entire place just to have a chance to run past the badass constructor. Then another 10 minutes later, after figuring out all of his attacks, all of the little Hyperion sniper attacks and everything, I finally found a good route just to dodge every one of his missiles and anything he's got to attack me with. As long as I can take out his little turrets, I'm pretty good if I can dodge those missiles. And about the 15th time of trying this, I finally get very lucky and the constructor did not kill me on my way towards the Vault of the Warrior. I was on 100 health left, and it was a struggle the entire time, but I finally made it, and now I can see how much damage I can do to Handsome Jack and the Warrior. So I fully stocked up on ammo, and now it's time to fight Handsome Jack. So I start off by using my level 20 Quasars, and they don't do so great, because it seems like Handsome Jack, of course, has the constructor resistances. And after seeing how little damage the Quasars do, I noticed that they are 100% completely useless to me. So I whip out the fastballs and they do nothing either. So I am completely screwed when it comes to fighting Handsome Jack, and I'll have to go back and figure something out. And after a short hour of constant crying, I actually finally figure out I have a total of 2 options. And option 1 is completely give up and be a little bitch, or farm the bunker until I reach level 29, and then farm a bunch of random vendors and chests until I find legendary Quasar or Stormfront or Shock Fastball. So because I'm a bitch, I decided to give up, and that will be the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Let's go farm the bunker. Then 35 minutes later, as I'm at level 28, I find the bitch, and that is the only legendary I get from him the entire time I farm him. But then someone in the Twitch chat reminded me that in the Tiny Tina DLC, there are a good chunk of grenades that could be very useful to me. All I have to do is get a pretty decent way through the Tiny Tina DLC, and I should be able to get them. The first thing I do is kill Mr. Bony Pants guy, and I head to Flame Rock Refuge. Then just continuing quickly through all the Tiny Tina stuff, I get to Flame Rock Refuge, and after doing some shit for Torg while he shouts at me, I get into the forest. Then after following a bunch of piles of rainbow unicorn shit, I make it into the Immortal Woods. And while there, I kill a couple of dragons with my boy Roland. Then I have to go and kill 4 Ghost Kings, and holy shit, of course they have the constructor resistance, and I have absolutely 0 chance of killing him. And even when I killed one, eventually, after like 20 minutes, his head is invulnerable to fastballs. I could probably hit it with something else, but nothing else would do even close to that amount of damage. So I'm stuck. And the entire time that it took me to go through all of this Tiny Tina DLC shit was 40 minutes. Just 40 minutes gone. It was a good idea if I could actually get further through the game, but as soon as I saw this guy, I knew I had 0 chance. So I had to throw that all out in the bin and go to Heroes Pass to farm a bunch of vendors, because that's really the only thing I can think of, and if that doesn't work then I might just be completely screwed. And after 10 minutes of just sitting there staring at the screen wanting to die, I head to the Heroes Pass vendors and start the farming. Then about half an hour later, I may have gotten the luckiest thing in the entire run, even including the corrosive fastball. I think that's the best chance I've got. Oh! It's possible. It really is. And yeah, I might not have had the best reaction to that, but it was 4 in the morning and I was tired as shit, and I was seriously contemplating if this was even possible at all. And thanks to this legendary Stormfront, I finally had a chance to beat Handsome Jack, but if this doesn't work, then nothing will. So I head back to the bunker because I still wasn't even level 29 yet, so I quickly kill him twice, and there we go. Now I can finally use the Stormfront, and now it's time to head through Heroes Pass and make it to the Vault of the Warrior. And this time I didn't have to worry about anything. I didn't have to wait for Brick to open the shields, or wait for any doors to go down, or have to kill a certain amount of enemies in that area. So I just run and don't stop. Anything gets in my way, chuck a fastball at it, and keep going. I need to get there before the constructor does. And luckily I do, and it's time to go to the Vault of the Warrior to fight Handsome Jack and see if this run is a bust or not. So I meet with Handsome Jack and I start throwing Stormfronts, and they absolutely melt his handsome face off. Then I get him down to a pretty low health, but I eventually get killed. And this time I even forgot to use Gunzerker at the start, so I didn't even do real damage. So on the second try I absolutely destroy him. Then 3 minutes later I finally beat him. I didn't technically kill him yet, but now it's time to see if the warrior has the same resistances as he does. And luckily in my case, the warrior does not have those resistances, and this will be somewhat of an easier fight compared to what I was thinking of. Then 5 minutes later, as the warrior is on no health while I'm on full health, I finally throw my last 2 fastballs, and he is finally killed. This took so long. It says 18 hours, 40 minutes, and the game has finished. Or probably add a minute to kill Jack, or technically finish. But just under 19 hours to finish the game. This sucked. This was so fucking hard at every turn. If I continue in True Vault Hunter mode, it will probably be easier. But I will definitely wait until going into True Vault Hunter mode, and I'll be doing some other challenge instead for Borderlands 2. This has been quite difficult, but also quite awesome. This will be the end of the video. Thank you for the support throughout this challenge, and thank you for watching.